Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما. Surah Humazah, ayah number 1 to 9. Waylun, a big woe. Likulli, for every. Humazatin, one who backbites. One who slanders. Lumazah, one who mocks. Alladhi, the one who. Jama'a, he gathered. Malan, wealth. Wa'addadahu, and he counted it. يحسب, he thinks, أن, that indeed, ماله, his wealth, أخلده, it made him immortal. كلا, no, لينبذن, surely he will definitely be thrown, في, in, الحطمة, the crusher, the crushing fire. وما, and what, أدراك, it made you know, ما, what is, الحطمة, the crusher. Naru, fire, Allahi, of Allah. Al-Muqadah, the one kindled. Allati, the one who. Tattali'u, it rises, it ascends. Ala, upon. Al-Af'idah, the hearts. Innaha, indeed it. Alayhim, upon them. Mu'sadah, one closed over. Fi, in. Amadin, columns, pillars. Mumaddadah, extended. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Surah Humazah, ayah number 1 to 9. Surah Humazah is a Makki surah, and it was revealed after Surah Al-Qiyamah. It has 9 verses, 30 words, and about 120 huruf. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Waylun likulli humazatil lumazah. Woe to every scorner and mocker. Woe to every scorner and mocker. What does he do? Alladhi jama'a malan wa'addadah, who collects wealth and continuously counts it. Waylun. What does wayl mean? It's a kalima wa'id, of threat, of punishment. Waylun, for who? Likulli, for every single person who is like this. Whether he claims to be a believer or he's a disbeliever, no matter who he is, for every person who is Humazah and Lumazah, Allah says, woe to him. Who is Humazah and who is Lumazah? Humazah and Lumazah both are in the structure of fu'ala. Both of them are on the structure of fu'ala. Fa'ain lam ta marbuta at the end. Fu'ala. And fu'ala is one of the structures of mubalagha. Another structure of mubalagha is fa'al. Hammaz. Another structure of mubalagha is fu'ala. And on that is Humazah and Lumazah. What does hams mean and what does lams mean? We have done these words earlier. Hamazah is to poke someone with something sharp, like for example a pin or a very sharp pencil. Poke. Mihmazah is to strike an animal with a whip or the side of the stirrup. And usually it's very pointy. It's used to poke the animal. And when the animal is poked, then what happens? It runs faster. From the same root is the word hamazat. Hamazat of shayateen. Why? Because when shaitan puts the thought in the heart of a person, then what happens? It pokes you, meaning you're uncomfortable at the beginning. But then what happens? He keeps poking until you get used to it, and then a person gets up and he does it. So Humazah is who? One who pokes other people. One who slanders other people. One who hurts other people. How exactly? I will tell that to you later after telling you the meaning of the word lams. What does lams mean? Lamaza is to find faults in other people. To be in search of other people's faults. To be in search of other people's negative traits. And to be in search of other people's mistakes. And when a person finds their mistakes, he finds their uyub, he publicizes them, he highlights them, he spreads them. This is what lams is. So wailul likulli humazatil lumaza. It has been said that humaza is the one who is mughtab, meaning who backbites other people. Humaza is one who backbites. Because if you find out that somebody is backbiting you, do you get hurt? Do you get hurt? Of course, it's like somebody has poked you. And lumaza is ayyab, one who is finding faults in other people. Humaza, it's also said, is one who defames a person, insults a person on his face. And lumaza is the one who defames him where? Behind his back. Then it has also been said that humaza is one who defames people in general with regards to their actions or with regards to how they talk or with regards to how they look, their appearance, their sifat. And lumaza is one who defames them with regards to their lineage, their family, their race, their ethnicity, their color. He mocks at them because of that. It's also said that humaza, is one who hurts other people, mocks at them, insults them. How? By action. And lumaza is one who does that how? By words. Humaza, one who does it by actions. And lumaza, one who does it how? By words. What does it mean by hurting someone with your actions? Oh, it could be hitting them. It could be giving them certain looks. Similarly, turning your head away from them, ignoring them, frowning at them, scorning at them, with ishara, with a gesture. And with the tongue, with the lisan, lams, we have learned earlier, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَلْمِزُكَ فِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. Similarly, Allah says, وَلَا تَلْمِزُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. So whether a person hurts others by hand, by actions, or he hurts others by his words, humaza, lumaza. Whether he is hurting them by his actions or he's hurting them by his words. What does Allah say? وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Every person who reviles, disgraces others, finds faults in them, highlights their faults, embarrasses them, humiliates them, belittles them, in front of them or behind them, by word or by action. Woe to every single one of these people. This is something very scary. Because many times we do these things and we don't even realize. We hurt other people's feelings by the words that we use, by the expressions that we give them, by the way we look at them, by the way we talk to them, and we don't care about the consequences at all. What does Allah say? وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Every person who does that, woe to him. There's a threat of punishment for him. Who is he? الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا. The one who collects wealth. He's so greedy. He has so much love for wealth that he collects wealth. جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. And he continuously counts it. عَدَّدَ يُعَدِّدُ تَعْدِيد. Ta'deed is to keep count of something. What does it mean? That a person counts something and he stores it and then he counts it over and he counts it over again and again. He keeps on checking his bank balance. He keeps on counting the money that's in his wallet. He keeps on counting the change that's in his change box. He's paying full attention to the increase or the decrease of the money, the figures. He's lost in the figures, the numbers. So addada. In the morning when he gets up, he counts all the money he has. In the evening before he goes to sleep, he counts all the money he has. Although he knows that nobody has stolen it. Nobody has taken away from it. And perhaps that money has not increased or decreased. But why is it that a person is counting? Why? Out of extreme love. Because what you like to see again and again. So, الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَ. This does not mean that we're not allowed to count money. In the sense that if somebody pays you, or you draw some money out of your bank account, you're not allowed to count it. No, this is greed. No. What this means is that a person is constantly counting. It's $100, right? Okay, let me count. Okay, let me count again. Opening the wallet again and again, looking at the money, counting it again and again. What does it show? So much love. Children do this a lot. Children do this a lot. I remember once I saw this child on Eid. He was given a lot of money and he was carrying a box with all his money inside. And everywhere he would go, to anybody's house, he would go sit somewhere, open the box and start counting the money. And he lost that box, by the way. So anyway, what does it show? Immense love for wealth and such a childish behavior, isn't it? Now imagine an adult person, someone who is an adult, they are doing this. They have the money and they're checking again and again, counting again and again. They sign into their bank account online. Okay, I have this much money, right? I have this much money, right? الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. عَدَّدَهُ. He keeps counting it. Keeps counting it. What does it show? Immense love. And then some have said that عَدَّدَهُ, what this means is that كَثَّرَ, that he increased it much. That his goal was his money, jama'a, and he made it so much, meaning he multiplied it, he increased it, and he's so happy about it. وَجَمَعَ فَأَوْعَى. And some have said that عَدَّدَ, this is from the word عُدَّة. And what does عُدَّة mean? Preparation. وَأَعِدُّوا مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. That prepare. So i'dad is to prepare. Prepare for what? Future. So he has gathered up a lot of wealth and he has prepared it. Meaning he has hoarded it. Hoarded it for what? For the future. Just in case something happens. Just in case there is a disaster, there is some calamity, there is some problem. Now, doesn't mean that it's wrong to save money for future. It's not wrong. But it's wrong when a person does not give from it the haqq of Allah. When he does not give from it the haqq of other people. Like for example, he's kept a lot of money, he's hoarded a lot of money. What if I need this money next month? What if I need this money in a few months? Good, you should have it. However, when the time comes to give zakat, give that as well. And if a person does not give zakat from that money that he has just kept in his locker or he has kept in his, savings account. If he's just kept it there and he's not giving zakat from it, that's when it becomes a problem. So, الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. Allah says, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. He thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. أَخْلَدَهُ. أَخْلَدَ يُخْلِدُ إِخْلَاد is to make someone khalid. To give someone khulud, meaning to give someone eternity. So he thinks that his wealth will make him eternal. How? That people will remember him forever. He was so wealthy. He had this much money. He was the richest man. He loved so much money, thinking that his wealth will make him eternal. Meaning, he will be remembered forever because of his wealth. There are many people who accumulate a lot of wealth and this is what they think. That perhaps they'll be remembered forever. But very soon what happens? Another person comes who becomes richer than them. And when they become richer than them, they beat the world record. So their name comes at the top and the rest of the people, they're forgotten. So يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. And secondly, أَخْلَدَهُ has also been understood as that it will keep him alive forever in the sense that it will save him from every difficulty, every problem. That his wealth, his money is a solution to every problem. Some people literally believe like this. That if I have money, they're fine. Which is why when they don't have money, they feel insecure. I don't have my wallet. What if I need money? They feel insecure, thinking that money is everything. Money doesn't protect you. Money doesn't save you. It's Allah who protects you. So يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Allah says, such a person, وَيْلٌ, woe to him. Why woe to him? What's the connection between Humazah, Lumazah and الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ? What's the connection between this? The person who is very wealthy, the person who has a lot of money, and he's very happy about it, very proud of it, then he becomes arrogant. And when he becomes arrogant, he thinks he can do whatever he wants. He can treat people however he wants to treat them. He can respect them, he can disrespect them, he can honor them, he can humiliate them, he can make fun of them, he can taunt them, he can mock at them, he can backbite them. Because he thinks, no one can harm him. Why can't anyone harm him? I have money. I can save myself. So this person is deceived by his wealth. Deceived by his wealth. If you look at it in all of these surahs, what are we learning? The deception of money. The deception of wealth. So يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَ. Allah says, Kalla. No, his wealth is not going to make him eternal, nor is it going to save him. And just because a person has money doesn't mean he can go on saying and doing whatever he feels like. He can treat people however he wants. Kalla, no, this is wrong. لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. Surely he will be thrown into the crusher. يُنْبَذَنَّ. Noon, ba, dal, nabth. What does nabth mean? To throw something. So he will be thrown into where? Al-Hutama. What is Hutama? It's one of the descriptive names of the hellfire, from the root letters Ha, Ta, Mim. And Hutama literally means to crush something to pieces. What does it mean? To crush something to pieces. And the hellfire is called Hutama because whatever is thrown into hellfire, it will crush it. It will break it. It will consume it. Not that once someone enters hellfire, he will be finished. No. He will not be finished, but rather the hellfire will consume him. And once he's consumed, كُلَّمَا نَضِجَتْ جُلُودُهُمْ بَدَّلْنَاهُمْ جُلُودًا غَيْرَهَا. Then the word Hutama is also used for a person who eats a lot and he's never satisfied. Akul, a person who eats a lot. So hellfire is such that it is Hutama in the sense that no matter how many people are thrown into it, it doesn't become full. What do we learn? هَلِ امْتَلَأْتِ وَتَقُولُ هَلْ مِن مَزِيدٍ. So كَلَّا لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. He'll be thrown into the crusher. Hellfire will crush him. It will devour him. Allah says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةِ. And what can make you know what is that crusher? It's not like anything you have seen. It is Narullah. It is the fire of Allah. What does it mean by this? It is the fire of Allah. Meaning it is a fire that has been kindled by who? Allah. Just imagine. It's the fire that has been set alight by who? Allah. Al-Muqadah. Muqadah, waw, qaf, dal, waqt, iqad. To light a fire. So it has been set ablaze by Allah. So it's a mighty fire. It's a very intense fire. It's so intense that allati tattali'u ala al-af'idah, which rises up to the hearts. Tattali'u. Tulu'. What does tulu' mean? To rise. So it's such fire that rises up, meaning it penetrates deep down to the heart even. Just imagine. Generally, fire, its effect is limited to the skin. The hand gets burnt. The skin gets burnt. And if it's a very severe burn, okay, it will be deeper than that. The effect will perhaps go up to the bone. Rarely ever. But imagine this fire is so intense that yes, the skins are being burnt, however, the heat will affect the heart even. It will consume the flesh and the bones until it will reach up to the heart. Until it will reach up to the heart. التي تطلع على الأفئدة. And notice the word أفئدة. It's the plural of the word fu'ad. When something hits the heart, what does that mean? It's a fatal blow. If the heart has been injured, then a person cannot survive. So what does it show? That in the hellfire, it is as though a person is dying, but he's not dying. ثُمَّ لَا يَمُوتُ فِيهَا وَلَا يَحْيَا الَّتِي تَطَّلِعُ عَلَى الْأَفْئِدَةِ. The effect of this fire is so deep, it will reach up to the hearts. And also remember that the word fu'ad is used for the emotional heart. First, the feelings. So, Humazah, Lumazah. This person hurts other people. He abuses other people. He hurts them. He will be abused. He will be hurt. إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُؤْصَدَةٌ. Indeed, it is upon them mu'sadah, closed down. Mu'sadah from the root letters, waw, sad, dal. And isad is to put a fence so as to lock, so as to close what is inside. So for example, there are animals in a place and you put a fence around that area. Why? So that they cannot come out. They cannot escape. So innaha alayhim mu'sada. It will be closed down upon them, meaning they'll be locked inside hellfire, unable to come out, unable to escape, unable to take a break. In fact, every time they try to come out, what's going to happen? كُلَّمَا أَرَادُوا أَن يَخْرُجُوا مِنْهَا مِنْ غَمٍّ أُعِيدُوا فِيهَا. They'll be returned into it. Just imagine if you're trapped in a place locked in a place and there's fire. Just imagine. In this dunya, what happens? A building, a car, anything has fire exits. Even buses, don't they have fire exits? They have those at the top, the doors at the back. Why? Just in case of fire, go from here. Escape from here. There's no building that you will go in this country except that you will find fire exit signs inside the buildings. Why? Because if there's fire in a place and a person is trapped in, there's no way he will survive. It's not possible that he will survive. So imagine hellfire, إِنَّهَا عَلَيْهِمْ مُؤْصَدَةٌ, closed upon them. They will not be able to escape. فِي عَمَدٍ مُمَدَّدَةٍ, in extended columns. Amad is a plural of imada or umud or imad, which is used for pillars, supports. So they will be where? In pillars that are mumaddada. Mumaddada, from the root letters, mim, dal, dal. Mad, what does mad mean? To extend, to make something long. Mumaddada, maf'ul. One that is made long, one that is stretched, one that is extended. So fi amadim mumaddada, meaning they will be inside these columns, being punished, surrounded by fire, and they will not be able to escape at all. Ibn Abbas who said he will make them enter pillars that are extended, meaning there will be columns over them, and they will have chains on their necks, and the gates of hellfire will be shut upon them. So just imagine if a person is like in a small cell that is like a pillar. Pillar. Just imagine a small cell that is like a pillar, and that cell is also in a place that is locked up. How can he escape? Fi amadim mumaddada. And some have said that amadim mumaddada, this is referring to the flames of hellfire that will be rising just like pillars, long, tall, huge flames. Fi amadim mumaddada. They will be amongst amadim mumaddada. And they will be locked in hellfire, unable to escape. If a person is trapped in a building and there's fire, that fire is not like huge pillars. The fire of this dunya is much less, but the fire of the hellfire, much more severe. Recitation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة.
If you look at it, the word hutama, this is also in the structure of fu'ala, humazah, lumazah, same structure. What does it show? That the punishment of a crime is similar to the crime. The punishment for a crime is similar to the crime. And this punishment is for who? The one who slanders, the one who backbites, the one who looks for other people's faults. Other people's faults. Why? In order to belittle them, humiliate them, insult them. The thing is that differences amongst people, they happen. But when you differ from someone, when you don't agree with someone, if you have to speak to them, how should you speak to them? With respect. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and part of عَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ is what? Giving to the people their rights, meaning respecting them. So when you have a difference with someone, when you differ with them over something, you are allowed to discuss the issue with them, but do so with respect. There is no allowance in our religion that we go on disrespecting other people, humiliating them, insulting them, whether in public or in private. This is something that is not acceptable. Because a person who dares to insult others, whether in public or private, what does it show? He thinks too highly of himself. When he thinks too highly of himself, Allah will humiliate him. So the person who hurts others, humiliates others, he will be hurt, he will be humiliated. What you do will come back to you. So we must be very careful in the way that we deal with others, in the way we speak with others, the way we have fun, because sometimes in the name of fun also, we don't stop at any limit. And what do we start doing? Mocking at others. And then afterwards we say, you didn't mind, did you? I was only joking. You were joking, but it hurt their feelings. So don't forget respect.
Every time you feel like this feeling coming in your heart, make sure you remember this. التي تطلع على الأفئدة. That something is literally coming toward your heart. Trust me, it helps a lot. Then you feel like, okay, oh Allah, I want to get rid of it.
Yes.
This is the solution. This is a kind of shifa that you imagine, you remember this thing that's literally, it's coming towards your heart.
That humazah, lumazah, this is a result of what? Hums and lums is a result of ill feelings that are in the heart. Whether it's jealousy or it's grudges or it's feelings of contempt or anger, rage, whatever feelings there are in the heart, they will result in hums or lums. Hums and lums doesn't come for no reason. It's a result. So at that time, a person should think, التي تطلع على الأفئدة. If I don't solve this now, then there is a fire that will reach the heart, that will burn the heart. And just imagine the delicate nature of the heart. And fire reaches up to the heart. Just imagine the severity of the punishment. Good akhlaq is something that's very, very important. It's not just about gaining knowledge. It's not just about focusing on rituals. But akhlaq matters a lot as well. Because if you notice over here, kufr is not mentioned. What is mentioned? Bad akhlaq. That leads to such severe punishment. Just as abundance of wealth leads a person to being arrogant, similarly sometimes knowledge also makes a person arrogant. And when he becomes arrogant, then he starts belittling other people. Oh, you don't know anything. Yeah, tell me the meaning of this. Yeah, how many surahs are there in the Quran? You don't even know. I know. This is what people start doing, belittling others, showing off their knowledge. So we have to be very careful. This knowledge should make us humble. It should make us humble, not arrogant, not boastful. I remember when we completed the course, my mother, she was advising all of the students after the takbir, and she said, "Dheeme ho jaye." It means calm down. Don't be so flared up and emotionally charged all the time, but rather calm down. Deal with respect. Don't start showing off and don't start being too loud. Be respectful of other people. Be humble. Because sometimes, obviously, when a person has gained there's so much knowledge, so something that's so special, and in fact it is something very special, something that a person should be happy about, proud about, but it leads to pride sometimes. It leads to arrogance, constantly comparing yourself with others. I know, they don't know. But you need to calm down. We need to relax, because if we don't, it means there is arrogance. And relaxing doesn't mean relax in your efforts. It means that in your behavior with other people, when you're dealing with them, when you're talking to them. Okay, let's listen to the recitation again.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع ماله وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة